Hit that like button if you can hear me. We are now, Cairo University is now on time. Yeah, the shit different when Kev Gills is on time. Hit that like button. Yeah, this is courtesy call Cairo University full effect. Also, if you about university shit only, if you about university shit only, yeah, you can hit my line today. Yeah, open up the phone lines 424-209-9506. Big shout out to the people who been supporting this broadcast. Can't do nothing without the community support, of course. Jason Harris. Shout out to Amanda, Nelda. Shout out to Nelda. First of all, you contribute to this page and you not even, I don't even know where you at in the chat room, nowhere, and you just contribute. Shout out to you. Shout out to Royal Purple and the family. Shout out to Brenda, TC Fletcher. Shout out to y'all, Teresa. Again, Royal Purple, Taj, my man, who's actually sponsored today's show. Shout out to Taj. Shout out to everybody who's ever been down with Cairo University as far as information. My Discord is open. You can always send me a message up in there. Y'all, my students, there y'all are. Great. Right here. Shout out to Marcus. I see you, champion. It is a great day. Shout out to Brian King. Shout out to my student. We got a good conversation. Shout out to Lori. We got a good conversation today. A good conversation because Todd sends me something. Press 1. He sends me something. And it totally helps remember, it totally threw me back in time. Taj, brings up weather fucking balloons. Hit the like button. Balloons of the past, you know us. History heads. Press 1. We the smartest one. No matter what, we just keep moving forward. So he brought up this weather balloon. Of course, not weather balloon. You would think it's a weather balloon, but it's not. Oh man, family. In World War II, shout out to Taj. In War, he sponsored this whole show. This whole show is based off of what he sent me. I just want y'all to know. When y'all send me things from now on, if it's based on our history class, we're going with it. You don't got to worry about it. We going with it. Press 1. Take care of. Isn't this what you? It's all about us reaffirming and and actually using our hypothesis in time to our benefit. We got to come up with as much information regarding the past as we can, and we all know that history repeats itself. If you don't believe in God right now, man, now's the fine time to find God. You better open up some scripture, go in your little room, ask him the right direction, say something. I know the Super Bowl was yesterday and the Eagles lost. That mean the Eagles, the American symbol, the eagle, it has fallen, nigga. That's what the fuck it mean. And the Red Sea is now present. Now the Pope said he gonna send in the Grand Red Army, and the Red Sea is, oh my goodness. If you don't believe in God right now, you feel me? What did my nigga Puerto Rican cuz used to say back then? You believe in God? Well, you better believe in Kev. you, you believe in God? Yeah, just some other shit over here. Shout out to Puerto Rican cuz out there in the world somewhere cleaning carpet or some crazy shit. Talking somewhere in the world. I'm trying to tell you, there's some deep shit going on in the world, and black folk is just singing and dancing. Word about Rihanna's baby. Press 1. Didn't even see what was going on, but we gonna talk about that later on Cairo at night. Press 1. Yeah, that's at 2-3 Eastern time. That's what night is. Press 1. Yeah, not afternoon, but going in into the evening. So I got a full schedule this week. Press 1. I got a full schedule, and we starting it off right. Cairo University, we talking about these balloons. Now, what are these balloons? Now, Now, from now on, I'm going to give y'all a chance to respond by calling in. I ain't going to force you to do shit. Nor am I going to criticize you. If you calling in, I guess you showing some sign of intelligence and need to be led correctly somewhere in this grand university of knowledge and wisdom. We go from niggas who didn't know nothing last year but rap music and democratic behavior to studying history a little bit, figuring out why we deserve reparations and reclassification and shit like that. You feel me? Yeah, it's a bunch of motherfuckers who walk by this classroom and see we on some organized historical thought process type of shit. You know, so we gotta stay that way. We set the example. You feel me? Look at academics. Academics acting like Kev Gills 2-3 years ago. Wilding, son. Just wilding. Destroying everything. We're going to get into that today at 3 p.m. Kev, over here on Coffee and Kush TV. Excuse me. So, what is this, you say? 424-209-9506. I'm going to continue to do a few shout outs. And I'm just, what is this? Taj, if you feel like you want to describe what this is, feel free to call in. You sent me this. You sent me this. And you sent it to me for me to break down. I know. I'm just saying. Do you... Press one, you want to talk about what you sent me? Or do you just want Kev to get it? You feel me? Hit that like button. What's up, Bocat? Good to see you out there, man. Still rocking with Kev Bro all this time. You feel me? We gotta do our thing. You feel me? I gotta step it up. Gotta step it up. You know what I'm saying? If people aren't responding, you gotta show them. You gotta keep inserting the propaganda. I learned this from Nazi Operation Paperclip, Walt Disney and them. Press one. You gotta help people. You gotta keep putting it in their minds like George Bush said. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up? Man, shout out to you, sir. Go. At all, right? Remember, we talked about the balloon warfare, about how we believe that they were starting all of those fires back in the day, the great fires of Chicago, St. Louis, San Francisco, Oregon, Washington. Could those actually had been real bombings like Tulsa and had all been like everything we've been going over this whole time, and these balloons lead back to World War II. World War One and Two, and if we're talking Japanese, we're talking Nazis, and if the Japanese were dropping, if they dropped 9,300 of these motherfuckers all over the place, then the Nazis in Japan bombed America. I mean, it's almost like what the fuck? But go ahead. Oh. Hold on. They saying they can't hear you. They can hear me, but they can't hear you. 1 second. Just 1 second. I want to make sure they can hear you and cut all these little sounds on and make sure they can hear you, because this shit is crazy, bro. With these balloons, I'm glad that I'm talking too. But go ahead, champion. About the declassification of information. Um, because they had FDR around the same time all these balloons and stuff was going around. Yes. They had the office. He founded the office of censorship, and it got to the point where even the first lady. I got feedback like that. Go ahead. You just talk about it. You all right? Yeah, the first
First Lady wasn't even able to say, hey, the weather when I'm traveling across the country. They weren't able to speak about the weather. You know what I mean? At the football game, and throw the field and stuff like that. There you go.
All right, go ahead.
But no, I was just saying, like, FDR, like, everything that you say, just to put everything together, bro. Everything you say is right on point. Everything is a confirmation. Everything that comes through is like, that's much better. Shoot, but yeah, the Office of Censorship that was founded by FDR shut down everything. It shut down all communications about any international warfare and things like that. People couldn't even speak about the weather, and that was, the deeper and deeper. I'm still, like, I'm just finding a lot of this morning, Kev. So I'm still going through it. But they were incendiary balloons that they were sending off.
Yeah, incendiary means fire bombs, napalm, Agent Orange, biochemical warfare.
Exactly. And they were asking people, hey, are you reporting any new diseases that you have never heard of, like, that we have never came across and stuff like that? They were asking that stuff back in the 40s.
Isn't that a reason to put people in asylums and in Red Cross camps?
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So I went to Wikipedia, and you know me, I've been doing my research. I'm real fast. You sent me this. I saw it this morning. I said, here it is. Here. This is beautiful because we've been saying that it always repeats itself to keep us in a state of peril, like a peril state, like my man said, keep us in a state of needing assistance or some type of war. Theater of war must occur, and it's always the same replay of history over and over again. Go ahead.
All right. So on top of that, once I started going into that, I started looking into another operation that happened between the British and the Germans, supposedly during, again, World War II.
What's that called?
Operation Outward, where, you know what I mean? I know that one was about 9,000 some odd balloons, speaking about Operation Fugo, or the Fugo bombs that came from Japan. But they said in the Operation Outward, it was almost 100,000 balloons that they were sending over and doing the same thing, ripping the electric lines, same thing, giving biological warfare, and at the same time, the incendiary thing is going on, setting things ablaze. So, with your help, with you really opening up my eyes and being able to see that a lot of this stuff was happening over here, I equate that with like some Man in the High Castle stuff just coming from both sides. It's like they had the Pacific front and the Atlantic front, and they were just like, this is wild. Have
you ever thought you'll be thinking of history this way, Josh? Like, this is like you actually said it correctly. Like, they barraged us from the inside out, hit us on the Pacific and the West, invaded, was napalm. If you read how these balloons travel, and they travel by wind from Asia all the way up to Pacific, through Alaska, back down through America, and then you compare that to what happened to us and our states and governors, what was always the thing? Fire bombs, napalm. They dropped a bomb on us. It came from the sky. Like, what the hell? And I always wondered, all this is going on in Germany, but we have our own World War II little bombings here? Yep. Destruction. What would you say? Cut down power lines? Destroying shit.
They had just total destruction. And the censorship was the thing that really stood out to me, is that FDR wasn't allowing anything to be said. So these messages weren't passing from city to city, town to town. And that allowed for them to continue to do this, go from one town to the next town. And all of this is going on, and nobody can talk, but we can talk now. Like,
right.
we can talk now, and that like yeah, man, thank you, man, because I always wanted to know why. Like when I asked my grandmother, I asked my grandfather, what brought you up north? What brought you up from the Carolinas? What brought you up from Georgia? What was it? And now I'm piecing things together from information that I got from them, and then I'm putting it to this, this, let's call it alternate history, and the alternate history make a whole lot more sense than the history that was given.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, really, like when you watch The Man in the High Castle, you like, damn, this is real. This shit. When you look back at history, this is crazy. This is crazy as shit. And you're like, what happened to all the black people? And you got all these questions. They can't possibly go from just slaves to like niggas who shined in the shit with gold in their mouth. You just can't do that. So, these stories of these great libraries, even world fairs, and these great whole city of Chicago was burned down. These whole towns was burned down. So if these fires are going on all around the same time, really they're more like fire bombings all over. I remember that was big in a civil rights, but to have them come from air balloons, you understand what I'm saying? Fucking hot air balloons and shit.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
This is guerrilla warfare.
And it all tie into like things that you were speaking about earlier with the insurance dudes, like the Lloyds.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead, champ.
Yeah, because it makes sense if you come in and you bring in, and you know the catastrophe is going to come or whatever like that, and you bring in this insurance into people. It's a way to enrich people by destruction. Like a whole group rises up and stands on another group based off of destruction, especially when you come in and in so many layers. Like it's really, you know what I mean? It ain't even, don't take it the wrong way, but it's really genius the way that they came about it and the way they pulled it off. It's like some old wicked genius, but like they pulled that off, man.
It's crafty counsel.
And it was written.
It's crafty counsel. Yeah, man, this shit is deep, bro. And it's like, damn, could these people had just, and when I thought about it, like, wait, the Japanese was with the Nazis. If Italy was with the Nazis, Poland was Nazi, everybody's Nazi. So I'm like, wait a minute. Did these motherfuckers come over here and do this goofy shit? And I got to thinking, they bombed Washington State. The original Washington. Washington, D.C. is a corporation. Washington State is now that's on the West Coast. Think about it. Now, if Washington is on the West Coast and it was bombed, think about that for a minute. They also had a huge flood up north that came all the way down to California. So if you start really doing it, was, I said they did a huge. It was a huge flood. They bombed up north. I think Washington, Oregon, somewhere up there, and I think that shit caused a huge flood. But it was a huge flood around these times, war times. Maybe they're not just floods and fires. Maybe this is just a whole invasion. Maybe it's the invasion we've been looking for this whole time. Like, how did they invade America and then nationalize themselves and citizen, like under the banner of a war flag? Like, you gotta really think about that. So it becomes and they all can come together and say, what? You come from Africa, you a monkey, or you black? I mean, you the only one that's black in law. You the only one. So to me, it's like, damn, that's how you're a defeated nation. With your own legal process, because once these people go home, it's all socialism and communism.
Mm.
Only in America would you have, only in this nation do you have the freedoms that you have. And people don't really think about the why factor. Well, if you usurp it, we all can just get the money, the oil, the resources, and all that shit, in which they did.
And build their countries up. That's what.
There you go.
It,
Used a bunch
nah,
of used a bunch of corporations, shell corporations. Press one.
and they siphon the money. Yeah, they just siphoning the money back into their
That's it.
countries and building their countries up.
That's
Because
it.
at one point, like not even at one point, at a certain point, going back to the early part of last century, like these places were despots. They were the part of my language was the shithole country that Trump was talking about, and it like.
And then check this out. The cold part about it is, why take it over when you can literally genocide and become them and generate a whole false history lesson, a whole false history narrative of Indian and Indio and all of these little different ways of why they are why they're here. But in reality, it was just an overthrow and the coup of the century, the overthrow of you, of sovereignty, of common law, of royalty. You got all international corporations buying up all the land, which is against the Constitution and the preamble. It's against the Magna Carta, the Bill of Rights, everything. It's against everything. So you can see a whole banking.
Clear now, bro.
Go ahead.
Now I see clear. It's like, no, go ahead. Pardon me because I'm just really just sitting here, just taking it all in and really hearing what you're saying. Pardon me.
Yeah. So you talking probably. Where was I at? Where was I at?
Now you were just talking about how they came through with the grand coup, and
yeah, we figured all that out here. We just really the specifics are becoming a lot more clear with more pieces of the puzzle coming in, because we knew that the Hoover Dam was busted down, and you would only do that to put out the major fires going across the. You understand what I'm saying?
That makes perfect sense.
So if you got floods up north on the East Coast and floods over the Louisiana Purchase area, press one, and then you got floods on the West Coast, all at the same time. Like, what's really was going on? Was weather caused really this, or was there really a takeover, a coup, a genocide, a complete abomination of desolation type shit, biblical type of shit? I call it the Black Holocaust because that's what I believe happened. And with J.P. Morgan, Carnegie, and all of the banking sons playing different roles all over the place, using prosthetics and Disney theatrics to really cover up the genocide, prop up history in a way that is not even mentioned. These people, you tell them they came from Africa and they were slaves, they'll never think we genocided they black asses and nigga almost extinct them right about the way. Put that story on put that story on France. Put that story on Poland. Call them Jewish people and send them to Israel and like that type of shit. Because none of this, all of this just got incorporated. All of these nations were just incorporated. Before that, it was just sovereign black people. Freemen. So away from that. This was crazy, bro.
And they had a thing where it all make too much sense because one of the things when I was looking into all the censorship, they were talking about about a huge outbreak of tornadoes. I don't know how much I believe there was so much tornadoes that was coming through, but that would make more sense than fire burning down. Because I seen the pictures of the buildings that didn't look like just fire. You know what I mean? It makes everything make sense when they said it was tornadoes that came through and tore these buildings up. No,
what tornado?
All right, so in the Office of Censorship, they say in like 19. Let me pull it up. If you give me a second,
Go ahead. during the war, go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely during the war. Alright, so during the war,
Ain't that what got Dorothy?
More sense
Ain't that what got Dorothy?
You know, just fire coming through. Nah, they was coming through with cannon, like that dude from Krupp Dyson. That guy, the Krupp cannon was, man, it makes.
They was bringing. They put those on the trains and divided the nation.
All right.
So they use the train tracks and the trains as cannon movers and cannon fire from the inside out and bomb both sides with all that, nigga. Everything come down.
It's clear now, man. It's
my man said clear. Them crump cannons. Did you find it?
I'm still looking.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, champ. Take your time, man. I'm just tripping at these balloons and going back to the West Coast. And it's like history repeating itself all over again. It says in the picture right here, the Fugo balloon in California, 1945. So that's deep, bro.
All right. So the failures and the censorship, no, this is a different part. But this was interesting too. They in June 1943, Congressman Andrew Jackson disclosed that Japanese depth charges was set too shallow and resulted in the estimated losses of 10 U.S. submarines and 800 servicemen. So that was interesting. I had that highlighted. What we got? Tell you what, Kev. Let me get back to you.
Yeah, get back to me, champion.
Let me send you that directly.
Thank you, champion.
I'm send you that one directly, but I appreciate you, sir.
My man, thank you for even bringing that up. Thank you for that, my man. But these bombs were spread out. They let off 9,300 of these mugs all over the place. So think about how many towns and areas. You ever seen? Y'all be like, what Kev be doing? You know what I be doing? I be watching World War I and World War II footage like this. You won't believe, looking back at history with a different set of eyes and a mind and spectrum and difference of opinion. It's like, damn. Because you know you were here before them. We talk about how the African Americans were here. Like they say the Indians was here. The African Americans was here before them. This history of the Pilgrims and shit like that didn't come about until the Rockefeller Foundation made nationalized school programs. Nobody knew about no damn Pilgrims. That's the weird shit. No damn. They had them assimilate and become Indians. Kind of like how Martin Luther King got played for civil rights when they already had rights. All they had to do was go to the Supreme Court. You understand what I'm saying? They already had rights. They already had everything. Martin Luther King and them just gave the world and amended more rights for foreigners and more nationalized foreigners to overrun you and keep the so-called majority game in commercial politics rolling. But yeah, these niggas was coming over here by way of entertainment and citizenship and a whole bunch of other means, but they usurped you. You know that shit they say America will never be defeated from the outside, but only from the inside out. That's because they did it to you. That's why. If you go back and look at all the damn black genocides that happened in the early 1900s, late 1800s, early 19 mid, all the way through the war, and look at what was going on with African Americans, you'll be appalled. You'll find out, yeah, that slave story ain't what you should be paying no damn attention to. There's nothing compared. That's nothing. What's more important is how did these shell companies own so much property. You know, the people who invest in these YouTubers now, instead of corporate, they invest in YouTubers now. Yeah, how are these big oil and companies owning anything, any land? Y'all gotta see the thing about America. You gotta know your horrible history to get back to what you call the American dream. That's why God is just tearing this whole earth up right now. Everybody being exposed. Drake about to go to court. Everybody fucked up. Press one, and I told you. And I told you. We're gonna talk about that later on. I just want you to know that it's real. I'm not making this stuff up. This is the food gold balloon. And this was an incendiary balloon weapon. Press one. Uh deployed by Japan against the United States during World War II. A hydrogen. You know what a hydrogen bomb is? Press one. A balloon measuring, when you talk about a fire that can grass over large areas, huh? And the split of a heartbeat and cause an automatic Armageddon looking at a genocide real fast and burn them up. Press one. And this shit implode through atom combustion. Bam! Real fast. Bam! Flash. Press one. They did it to you. You ever played that game Fallout? Go play Fallout. It'll tell you. They did that to black people. And they don't want you to know what happened. See, these niggas out here fighting for reparations. Talking about, you know, shout out to the people, the freedom fighters, I'm going to call them, who thought they had it. But no, you ain't finna open up no museums like that, bro. No, you did. Shout out to Tyreek for opening up. At least he beat the other guy. But y'all way out of place asking for some damn reparations. That's a few $1,000s. Niggas is making y'all just having 501(c) begging for things. Press one. I'm not doing that. We're not begging for nothing. I'm changing history. So, nigga, you know how to perceive who, what, where, when, and why you even deserve reclassification, reparations, restitution. Press one. Put back into your original sovereign status. And you're a sovereign. Press one. In every nation. You ain't no communist here and sovereign there and nothing. You under the banner of and protection of George Washington the Great. Are you stupid? Do you know American history? Press one. Y'all just playing. Because y'all Nazis. That's what I told you. Y'all Nazis in black skin. All the black people in America are black SS. Thugs and criminals, and they accepted that shit. Press one. I'm on one this morning because I'm tired. We already talked about this over and over and over. All you got to do is type into Google the Great Fire of Chicago, the Great Fire of this one, the Great Fire, the Great Flood of this year, the Great Flood of that year. You don't realize it was just one big, two, three big ass. It was a big war over here. And they don't want you to know they was at war with you. You didn't watch Man in the High Castle? What's the black man name? George Washington. Press one, you ain't did no homework. I gave these niggas ample amount of time to do their homework. Get the books, watch the TV shows. You feel me? So the white man got to tell you this. They got to tell you. It's revelation means to reveal. Press one. They got to tell you this, though. You just not paying attention because you bobbing your head to the beat. That's why. You bobbing your head to rap, to all this nonsense that's really junior high school shit. You doing that as an adult. You can tell what a nigga thinking about what he talking about. What he spending his time thinking about, he gonna be talking about a lot. That's why I talk about this, because this is the fuck I be thinking about. Don't ask me how. Press one. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air, what up? Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me make sure you on. Go ahead.
March of the Leader Soldier series, and they got Mickey Mouse in it. Like, this is like in the 1930s. So in this video, they got him like jumping into this like hot air balloon popping bombs.
Who?
So I just sent it to you, Mickey Mouse. It's like old Mickey Mouse thing. It's called March of the Wooden Soldiers. I think I just found the whole video.
Where did you send it to?
I'm gonna see if I sent it to the 424-209-9506.
Ooh, I didn't get it yet, but I can't wait till that come in.
Yeah, I just sent it to you. It's called March of the Wooden Soldiers, but it's called Every Mickey Mouse House. Hold on. Every Mickey Mouse appearance in March of the Wooden Soldiers. And in this video, he dropped a bomb from this hot air balloon, like, and on the box that he's taking it out of, it's called Western something. I gotta go watch it.
Who makes it? March of the Wooden Soldiers is made by who? Disney?
Let me go back right now.
Not that it matters, but I mean,
I'm looking at it on a YouTuber page called Chatter T. Imagine a fantasy world of timeless characters and magical moments where nothing goes right for clumsy toy makers Fanny Dunn and Ollie D. When a notorious scoundrel, Barnaby, demands to marry a beautiful little boutique, guess who secretly emerges as a blushing bride? Let me see. If they give me the full of who made it. They're not giving me the. Hold on, here it is. Provide a new video, release date 1934. Directors Gus Means and Charles Rogers. Producer Hal Roach. Writers Frank Butler and Nick Grimes. And it's supposed to be under the genre of classic comedy.
they said it's the greatest movie ever made. So it's I want to make sure I got the right one. Maybe I can play it or not, but
go back to see if you're playing the right one. Hold on, let me go back to this channel right quick because I got you kind of,
Is it a cartoon or it's a
it's like a it's usually normal regular people. It's not like a cartoon, more like because they're using Mickey Mouse, who actually has a stand-in as a monkey, and the monkey has on a Mickey Mouse mask.
Got you.
Like right.
Okay,
So
I see it.
Okay,
I see it.
Okay. All right.
Well, now, wow. So they're dropping. They're dropping. Damn, that's crazy that they put this in videos. You know what else they put in videos? Shout out to my man Todd. We all watched South Park growing up. We had no idea. Press 1. We had no idea what Kev is about to play on this internet. Now, this was on South Park, family. I want y'all to pay close attention. Listen. Oh, there you go. Oh, wait. They're messing me up right now. Press 1. They're messing me up right now. Hold up. Hold up. I'm spreading too much truth. Kev spread too much truth on them. But I'm about to play you something.
I found disconnected. Ready to connect.
That
Connected to.
my man Todd sent me off of Discord. And I know he didn't write nothing. He didn't say nothing when he sent it to me. He just wanted me to hear it. But this is what I think he wanted me to think. Kev, You the smartest motherfucker around this bitch. Press one. Shout out to Todd. I know what he was thinking. So I want to play this in my class.
I was noticing that you're kind of hanging out a lot with Kyle lately.
Listen to
I
this.
hope everyone's pretty
Listen to
aware
this.
This is the brass section. Yeah, I know. I was noticing that you're kind of hanging out a lot with Kyle lately. Is there a problem with that? No, I think it's amazing. It's awesome that someone like you could be okay with someone like him, given all the new information lately. You know, the stuff that's come out about how the Jews stole the black race's identity? That the lost tribes of Judah were actually all Africans? You didn't hear about this? Black people are actually the Jews and people like Kyle have taken that from them? Stop talking to me. When the Jews came to America to escape persecution in World War II, they found that blacks were already the underclass in America. So they had to invent a story for themselves which they could make everyone believe because Kyle runs Hollywood. Kyle runs Hollywood, Dukin. This is the brass section. Yeah, I know. I was
One more
noticing that you're
time.
kind of hanging out a lot with Kyle lately. Is there a problem with that? No, I think it's amazing. It's awesome that someone like you could be okay with someone like him, given all the new information lately. You know, the stuff that's come out about how the Jews stole the black race's identity? That the lost tribes of Judah were actually all Africans? You didn't hear about this? Black people are actually the Jews and people like Kyle have taken that from them? Stop talking to me. When the Jews came to America to escape persecution in World War II, they found that blacks were already the underclass in America. So they had to invent a story for themselves which they could make everyone believe because Kyle runs Hollywood. Kyle runs Hollywood.
You can't make this shit up. I almost fell out. So what did I tell you? What is Caribou University telling you? What happened to you in World War One? That in World War II you lost your whole identity. Talk to me, King. Talk to me. I've been giving y'all the breakdown on how the Nazis won World War II for a year, 2 years. Press one. God brought us a long way. God brought us a long way to even looking at the things we are perceiving and saying, wait a minute, this is some historical shit here. So if the Jews stole the African American history, I got videos on that. I got videos on how the Jews use your name and sovereignty to create Israel in the United Nations. Press one. They're using George Washington's flag and got you in war and using propaganda to cause trauma responses so you never come out of this historical daydream that you're locked in with television and entertainment and sports and things of this nature. Meanwhile, they're telling you this in your face, and you're so doped up with entertainment and whatever it is in life that's got you looking at this world like artificial reality and the artificial reality like it's real. Y'all are complete surrogates. And I think that's what people run from, is that I can present historical facts for you to go back and look at, right, Taj? And the person at that moment will have to decide, damn, do I choose to grow? Even if it means what I thought was wrong, do I choose to grow? Or do I just find conformity in the ignorance? Because, like Cyrus said in the Matrix, ignorance is bliss. Press one. I'm proving to you that you're under the rule of the Holy See, which is the Grand Army. The Grand Army. Remember the Grand Army? When you know about the Grand Army? Last time you seen that is when we broke down the Pope's letter to United States of America Incorporated. Press 1. And what did the Pope say? Leave them people, or what? We gonna send over the Red Army. Ain't that what they said? Didn't they tell the corporation? I don't know what y'all tripping on. You don't know what y'all watching. Y'all think y'all watching football when you watching motherfucking hieroglyphics. Y'all too caught up. You feel me, Taj? They too caught up, and it's fun because ignorance is bliss. I was cheering for Kansas City, press 1, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I fell asleep during the Super Bowl. Who does that? Me. You know why? Because my dreams is more important. My rest, nothing wrong. When I wake up, that shit gonna be replaying at 1, 2 in the morning, and we gonna have a great old discussion. I can watch the whole thing on YouTube tomorrow. Press 1 technology is so good. Press button. I don't even watch the fights no more. I'll be waiting. I'll be gone. Press 1. I like my rest. To be at peace and to shut out all the noise. Shit, that's what I've been waiting on. That part right there. Not being a criminal, shut off 90% of the noise. Press 1. You ain't got to, but you can be yourself, but I'm saying not dabbling in too much nonsense. Bro, you live longer. Shit. But when I start looking at the, we're going to talk about this later on at 3 o'clock, 4 p.m. here. Press 1. Make sure you support the broadcast. Get in my cash app. My cash tag is Gills Gang. You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Press 1. Shout out to the people who supporting this broadcast. It's history time. We got to get back to the 36 articles or titles. Press 1. How did the Red Cross, aka the Krevny Christ, say it with me, the Krevny Christ, put all of these black people in concentration camps? It's time to wake up, family. I want nothing but peace for all those who think we got an issue. We live, we learn, we forget, we forgive, we have repentance. I don't give a damn. What I care about is what's important. Press 1. Because we too smart to wake up every day singing and dancing when we can use these platforms to at least give thought process a damn chance. Press 1. I ain't graduate shit. I'm not saying everything that I'm saying is 100%. What I'm saying is the history that we've been taught is missing about 200-300 years. And what happened to you in the 18 and 1900s, boy, they covered that shit up well with a slave story. Press 1. Oh, they don't owe you. You're not from Africa and you weren't brought over here on no damn ship. They was. Plymouth Rock landed on you. That's an insurance company. Press 1. That's an assurance and an insurance company. Y'all better get known about where y'all live at and what Nazi banking Swiss Dutch corporation has been over you, and wake your dumb ass up instead of bobbing your head to the beat like Tupac said. Press 1. You better wake up. You don't live in no free nation. You live in an incorporated policy maker as motherfucking cosplay. And it's not that I don't like cosplay. We can all cosplay around this motherfucker. Black people the best at cosplay. I think that's why God let y'all just dress up and live in Wonderland at this point. Well, the Queen of England and all the bankers and the Lloyds of London and these ones and that, they're all being just the holders of your trust. And they created a minor estate to launder the money from your trust to theirs. Do you hear that? They did that with the 13th and 14th Amendment while you thought you were becoming free. You became a slave, a criminal in your own land, black. And you know, black, no trade, back. You know who do that? Indian Giver. Press 1. See, y'all tripping. Y'all forgot these little sayings that we have is internal codes. Press 1. That's like I talk to my people. These internal subliminal codes that we all know these things but don't know why. You feel me? That's because your people was fighting different militaries around the world, and they came over here. I told y'all, when y'all watch those World War I footage of them throwing them bombs out the air in Germany and all that, I said that's what happened to you all over this nation. And some people believe me, some people didn't. But if you leave it up to 9,300 weather balloons with napalm bombs and gas bombs and biochemical warfare, you see why them people, them Nazi Germans was doing what? Wearing chemical gas mask protection and flamethrowers. Press one, burning people up. Press one, pulling up bodies. So yeah, there may have been a war over there, but that little war they showing y'all on film, yeah, even though they talking in German and all this goofy shit, showing you little arrows pointing up to France and that should happen to you right here in America. First one. They don't want to tell you that part of history. They want you to think that you went to war some goddamn where. How all y'all end up in France, dead up under the goddamn in the catacombs some goddamn. How Emmett Till Daddy get hung over there by Americans? Press one, you dealing with Nazi Germany. Hitler was here. Hitler had POW camps. Germany, you better Google it right now. Germany POW camps in America. And they're going to bring it up. Japanese POW camps in America. Press one. They're going to say, who was in those POW camps? Oh, we was. Yeah, you was guarding them. Yeah, you was guarding them Japanese, Asian people who keep getting motherfucking reparations for concentration camps. Let's talk about who was really in there getting beat up and treated like a slave, and you replace you with you. Us with you again, press one. And let's talk about Harry S. Truman, goddamn, the dam, the Hoover Dam. You know what it was before the Hoover Dam? The Adolf Hitler goddamn dam. You wouldn't even know that because you begging for reparations. That's why. You don't even know what happened to you. Press one. You better go look back at those dam busters they got. Press one. You better go. All you got to do is Google the Great Fire. This one and that one. Even in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they said, man, these still came from the sky. These was firebombs from the sky. How? Oh yeah, they was sending all type of things over here in the fort. See, in the 1940s and shit, you think you was going through civil rights and Martin Luther King and shit. You really don't be paying attention to these time frames they be telling you. They be saying these is weather balloons, but it's chemicals. Yeah, okay. These people, this is warfare. You probably been in war this whole damn time and don't even know it. Press one. You don't even know you probably at war right now and don't even know it because you singing and dancing on the internet. That's why they trying to get rid of TikTok. Nigga, they moving in with the swift shit. Listen to this.
Authorities say the object flew near sensitive military sites and could have been used for spying.
And what else could it have been used for? Well, it could have been used for, it can be used to release gas. It can be used to release a lot of things. Press one. Because I know in World War I and II, Nazi Germany, Stalin, all them Japanese, them the axis of evil, they all had them. And guess what? They all was coming over here. The whole West Coast was bombed out. Y'all didn't know that. A lot of people don't know that. You know why a lot of people moved west? You know why a lot of people moved west? Because everything was destroyed. And they had to rebuild it real fast. They talking about a reset. These little conspiracy dudes, they're talking about a reset. And what happened? It looked like Tataria. It looked like Tataria and the Russian Empire owned all this. Oh, man. What happened? Why in the late 1800s and the 1900s, America looked so weird yet so architecturally built? Only geniuses and kings and queens could have been around this motherfucker. Anything else, like, this shit is weird. And you find out, like, wait a minute, who was here? Well, African Americans. No, they wasn't. They were slaves in Africa. Now quit playing. Who was here? And then you look at all of the great inventions around these times of coups and World War Ones and twos, and even before that, all these great African Americans, these specific people who built here, and it's just like, yeah, but they were former slaves. So they built it all, but they was former slaves. They named us on patents. It's proven in history, most of these patents were stolen and shit by the corporation. But yet, family. So you got to start putting this together. Adolf Hitler said he learned how to be racist towards the Jews right here in America. Press one. I say the third right, the second and third right said they learned how to be racist towards Jews from right here in America. Now listen to what it, put that in your brain. Think about what when a person like that, what he mean by that. Oh yeah, I learned that from right there, what we did to them. Oh yeah, we persecuted them. That's where we learned it from. I told you Hitler was here in America. All these little motherfuckers walking around with the little Mickey Mouse, Walt Disney, press one, Adolf Hitler, Vladimir Putin mustache, press one. All of them. It wasn't just Hitler. You start looking at history, Hitler, you looking for where's Waldo, because all of them is Hitler. Press one. They erased you and placed themselves as the British monarchy. Could you believe that? Listen to me. Where's the microphone? Where my camera at? Press one. They X'd you out and said, yeah, the British and this one, none of them was Brits. None of them was Englishmen. They all Poland, Russian, Eastern philosophy, Muslim, Arab, Asiatic, Indio, Spanish people. Press one. Damn, they every damn thing. But you. They everything but you. Hit that like button and subscribe. Now, the way this balloon activity is going on, giving me concerns of the past, especially because of the way that these balloon objects is coming from Asia, being pushed by the Pacific, coming all the way around and coming down in the United States. Press one. Message. How long they been causing fires? That's probably why all them fires be in California. Probably incendiary. Press one. Puff. You would never know it out of nowhere. Fire started out of nowhere. Oh, must be fire season. Wait a minute. Is this fire insurance? Ring a bell? What the fuck is going on? But this is what it's like when you don't pay attention. When you have offshore bankers and communists running your nation and they don't want to loosen up the grip. They don't want to let it go. They don't want to let it go. They don't want to let you go. Press one. Please watch football. Jay-Z don't got all y'all to go from Black Lives Matter and taking these, and we ain't watching shit. I don't give a fuck who catch a football to nigga. If you have my heart, we'll never be worlds apart. And that's when you need me there. Press one, and all they gotta do Ready, begin. And the land of the free, and the home of the brave. Hey, put a little soul on it. Press 1. Y'all black folks don't understand what the fuck going on, do you? They said the Red Sea beat the Eagles. You know what the Red Sea is, fool? That's what Moses divided with the staff, Aaron's rod given by God and the law, stupid. You don't know what part of the book you in. You know why? Because you don't believe in God historically, and you don't believe in the prophetic events. Because if you did, you wouldn't see them right in your fucking face every day. Press 1. What are you talking about? Don't tell me about no Illuminati. Tell me how you don't believe in God. You give a fuck about no damn Illuminati. You've been in the Illuminati for 150 years. Shut up. You're everybody in debt. Shut up. Press 1. Everybody. Nobody's in the positive. Press 1. Black people didn't make this shit look good. Everybody's fucked up. Tired of this shit. That's the thing about it. You probably in a whole war, information war, and a goddamn biochemical war. Don't know why everybody got flus this time. Pfizer get on the screen and say, yeah, we're going to talk about this crime we're about to commit, and we about to develop a better grade of the coronavirus. Press 1, and just keep trying to, but maybe that was China talking to its shell company saying, nigga, we finna, press 1, you better quit playing with us. And surrender now. Press 1. Are we gonna send balloons? Oh, you don't know what the fuck going on because you're not tuned in. You too busy bobbing your head and giving crooked ass relationship advice on Instagram and on YouTube. And your men is over there talking about mob tie snitching. Hassan Campbell gonna be live streaming from the back of a trunk real soon. Talk about, yo, help me. And his whole chat room gonna be laughing at his dumb ass. Keep that right there for tonight. Caro at night. Press 1. I'm trying to help y'all realize African Americans are the ones who was put in the Holocaust. Check our police records. Press 1. J.P. Morgan, Carnegie, Rockefeller, all of their sons, J.P. Morgan Jr., all of them. All of them. And we broke that down, Taj. We got to get back to the 36 titles or the articles. I forget. I just seen it a couple days ago while I was doing my research. But breaking that down from the Red Cross all the way to the motherfucking substation. Press 1. We got to get back to that. You got to get back to why they destroyed all the African American communities and blamed it on racial violence when it was really a full-fledged war and incarceration and genocide going on. Why? All the black boys, I believe what they did to exterminate and genocide, they used your own law and government. They got you to sign up to a war and you never came home. You went in and never came out. You know what the Holocaust do? They send you in there to take your clothes off like this. People in jail know. They put you in the shower and then what if nothing came out but gas? Press 1. You be fucked up. Remember when you go through training, you got to go through the gas chamber. Press 1. So you go through the gas chamber. What if they don't let you out? What if they let you out way after the fact? Press 1. When you dead and put you on a train and get you up out of there. What if that was going on in America? You would never know because you don't give it no thought. You just take your captive's word on what happened in history, and everybody know what Rockefeller did. And everybody know what Ford did, trading with the enemy. Press 1. Everybody says Theodore Roosevelt is the trust buster. He gave us new. So what trust did he bust open? And what happened? Turns out these motherfuckers gave all of America's gold to Germany. To motherfucking. Grover Cleveland signed America's gold over to J.P. Morgan. Motherfucking Stalin. Press 1. There you go. And now today, these conspiracy theorists talking about what happened in the 1933. Press one. What happened in 1933? And they bankrupted the nation. Oh, the bankers did us wrong with the Federal Reserve, but that ain't even nothing because who they stole the gold from was African Americans. That's who they stole the gold. They stole their names, and Grover Cleveland signed over all of the gold and all of the names and everything to J.P. Morgan. Yeah. So don't be trying to make up the Illuminati and the Federal Reserve. You and your forefathers in 1933, press one, right after the war, the first one, created this shit, and y'all robbed all the citizens of America. J.P. Morgan, and started a whole nation. And started a whole worldwide, global world, motherfucking United Nations type shit. Based off of fiat currency. Based off of your resources. In Saudi Arabia, they got underground bunkers with American cash filled up to the brim. Press one. American dollars. That's why you got to be intelligent. My dad and cousin who was in the Army talked about friendly fires being intentional and folks did it on purpose. Not just friendly fire, that too, but this right here, when you systematically in World War II send balloons off in your nation and use the wind and the way of the wind to make the balloons go upstream through motherfucking Alaska, Canada, come on down to the Americas and cause fires every damn way, you got a damn problem. You got a problem. Y'all tripping. This is the same play they did to you. And I just find it amusing that we gonna sit up here and act like the Nazis wasn't in America. I find that very amusing. And God is getting at y'all. You gotta look at the traffic pattern. Look, Asia, it come all the way down. This is from the top view, y'all. All the way around and come on down. You see how that go? The wind. Check it out. Ooh. That's how easy it is. Y'all only look at the map from the Africa perspective, not knowing they closer to you than you Africa is. They can really go backward. Press one. They can really go up Alaska, come on around and go right there and get your ass. But they go all the way around. They say, press one. That's why I just be tripping. Now that I be flying around America, I'm like, oh, why wasn't I always just going places? But everything in due time, you know? But look how easy it is. They send it, ooh, and it blow right there using the winds. Not your shit. You can't pick this shit up on radar. Press one. This type of shit you got to get close to. They got them jets in the air now. They picking up everything right now. Biden been in a relationship with Ukraine and China and Japan and all nations. Nigga, stop, nigga. And this is shit you got to worry about. Them causing a war and all of this shit with Iran. They already building up a drumbeat all over the damn place. Damn, we can't never stop. You know why? Because you're not in power. You got to get hold of this beast. And the way to get a hold of the beast is knowing your history. They did this to you before. Press one. You don't believe me? Look. This is called the Nazi American Bund. Now let's take a listen, class. We went over this, okay? But my people don't know that this all happened right here. Let's listen. American Nazis. Right here, look.
Throughout the 1920s and 30s, as the popularity of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party grew, copycat organizations sprang up all over Europe, some of them actively supported by the Nazi Party in Germany, many based among the German communities outside the Reich. In Austria, a huge Nazi Party grew in the 1920s.
You notice they look like the Boy Scouts. I keep trying to tell you.
And was an important force in creating the Anschluss, the union with Germany that took place in 1938.
You know what the union is? The union with Germany that took place in 1938. Okay.
In the Sudetenland.
You know what that union is, right? You know what the logo of that union is? Red, white, and blue stars and stripes and shit.
The German-speaking parts of Czechoslovakia.
Look,
Was Conrad
remember the milkman and the polo thing? Come on, bro.
And the Sudeten German Home Front, which agitated the union with Germany. Other Nazi
Mormons. Why do you think y'all be looking at them like something ain't right?
Nazi-type parties were not made up of Germans, but instead homegrown ultra-nationalist organizations.
Candace Owens' husband, look.
In Britain, there was the British Union of Fascists, led by the charismatic former British government.
You see that lightning strike on his head? And I saw Satan as what? What? But anyway, you see that lightning strike on his head? They had those lightning strikes was military brigades on different lands. So you had the Wolf Pack here. I mean the Timberwolves. You had a bunch of these. It wasn't no offshoot. They was really a war faction in Russia, Germany, everywhere. And you see they look kind of Turkish.
Minister Sir Oswald Mosley, which grew to a peak membership of around 50,000 followers in the mid-1930s.
That's a war.
There were, of course, many others. The United States, which had a large proportion of the population claiming descent from German immigrants.
Told you. Say it again, sir. Say it again. Let me rewind it just a little bit.
The United States, which had a large proportion of the population claiming descent from German immigrants, was no less susceptible to the attractions of Hitler and Nazism during the tumultuous period of the Great Depression and isolationist 1930s. The first overtly American Nazi organization was the rather harmless-sounding Friends of New Germany.
Friends of New Germany, New Jerusalem. Press 1. Now you see that flag right there? Ain't that the flag that be sitting on the side of trains and shit? You don't see that flag down there? And ain't that the Italian flag right next to it? So you got Italy, Nazism, and the new flag, which would be right here. You see it? So if you watch Man from the High Castle, you wondering how they going from American to French to Nazis. Like how? What do they mean by that? That's because they're all merging together, and that's their flag. Like USSR, Italy, Nazism, all that shit. You got to think.
Founded in May 1933, after Deputy Führer Rudolf Hess had given his permission to Nazi Party member and US immigrant Heinz Spanknöbel.
And now Heinz Spanknöbel was a German with American what? All right then. So Spanknöbel, press 1, he looked like a guard at the Kevney Christ, does he not? Okay, all of this is going on in Germany against their own people. Come on, black people. Wait a minute, let me stop. Against their own people. Their own. And you just swooping in with white and black freedom fighters to free people. No. Okay, in Rockefeller schools of yes. In Cairo University, alternate universe. No. Okay, these people are the Germans. And they was here and there.
Spanknöbel was a minister in the Seventh-day Adventist Church and worked for the Ford Motor Company.
He was a preacher as a Seventh-day Adventist And it did worked as a what? At the what? Ford Motor Company. That already let you know, already told you that's trading with the enemy act. They ain't no sponsor no good. And his American name was no goddamn sponsor no good. Press what? Ain't nobody in America, but that just let you know that Ford was up to no good. Anyway, this all goes back to this. Okay, they all look like little Adolf Hitlers back there. All of them.
With the assistance of the German consul in New York City, Spanknöbel formed the Friends, headquartered at Yorkville, Manhattan.
Friends, like the TV show. Okay. And where did that take place? In fucking Manhattan. Okay, so while you singing and fucking dancing, okay, you better get with this Kev Roshi. Okay, we're the friends. Well, this probably took place right there in Manhattan too. They just laughing on television, laughing and you thank you for being a friend. Ha ha, this is so funny.
Openly anti-Semitic, the
I'm
organization
tired of y'all.
organized boycotts of Jewish-owned businesses in Yorkville and stirred up general trouble in New York. Spanknöbel was deported in October 1933. He was later arrested by the Soviet NKVD in Germany in 1945 and died of starvation in a special camp in March 1947.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That looked like a whole KAY3 fraternity in a black southern fucking Georgia somewhere. Look at this. Look at this.
The US government began to investigate and monitor Nazi activities in America, but the Friends of New Germany never amounted to more than 10,000 members. It was wound up on Rudolf Hesse's explicit orders in December 1935. A new organization was founded in Buffalo, New York in March 1936, the German-American Bund. The leader was a former World War I German soldier and Nazi Party member,
You see this shit?
Fritz Kuhn, who had emigrated to the United States. In order to expand its message and membership, the German-American Bund followed the Nazi practice.
Now check this out. Your ass is at war with these people. Your ass just got out of war from the Eastern Front of World War I and shit. And they over here doing what? Okay.
Of subdividing the nation, each section having its own party subdivision. In this way, the party spread right across the US, from coast to
Look
coast.
at their flag, look.
Headquarters was at 178 East 85th Street in Manhattan, New York.
Look.
The Bund's belief system was
You would think he was with the Italian mob. Nigga, these is SS officers, fool. Some damn Italian mob.
communist, anti-Jewish, and pro-American, and also demanded that the US remain neutral in any coming European war. Membership was around 25,000 fee-paying members in 1938. However, it never garnered widespread appeal among Americans, remained a fringe organization that managed to put
A what? A fringe organization. And what's around the American flag? Press 1. White people know what I'm talking about. What is around the American flag? The fringe. I'm gonna wait for you. The fringe. Is it not? No. Y'all don't know what y'all don't got suckered into. I told you. Charleston White is with them. But we gonna get back to that.
Profile stunts. The Bund was well organized and had training camps where recruits could be fully indoctrinated into National Socialist thought.
Look at this.
Practice.
New York.
These were built all over the US.
These was built all over the U.S. You damn right they was. That's right. That's right it was. See? When you find out that they was sitting right here the whole time, and they are the same great-grandfathers who they said was these is them, y'all. African Americans. Do you see what I see? This is them. This is how you usurp a nation. Now, you wouldn't have to do that. Now, listen to me. If you came in by way of Ellis Island and you were just some people who wanted to work and then, so y'all just developing Nazi party? Yeah. Who you think was beating up on all the blacks all over the place? Who was the police, the aggressors, the politicians? Who was them? Who was the baseball players? Who was saying that niggas can't play in our league? Why would they be doing that? They wasn't from here. That's why. American Legion, yes, and the French Legion is that. Because they are anti-you. That's why.
In Wisconsin, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York State. Not surprisingly, Jewish organizations in America were horrified by the Bund's actions and rhetoric, as well as many non-Jewish Americans as well, including members of Congress. The Bund's existence was damaging US-German relations at a critical time in history. In 1938, both governments took action against the Bund, the US passing the Foreign Agents Registration Act to force all German Nazis coming to the US to register with the State Department. Germany cut off all financial support for the Bund and also forbade German nationals from joining. But in the end, it was a massive publicity stunt that proved the Bund's downfall. One of the most infamous parades the Bund held was at Madison Square Garden in New York City on the 20th of February 1939. 20,000 American Nazis gathered. The Nazi flag was paraded beside the Stars and Stripes, and George Washington's image was everywhere. Why?
That's not George Washington. That's a French, Russian revolutionaries, person they put up there. That's not George Washington, the founder and the sovereign King George. That's not that. This picture here is their enlightened one. It's like the corporate version of Jesus. But that's who trust they busted. So why would he be their number one unless they whitewashed him? You see how it looks like Mother Mary kind of deified it, and because it's more like a symbol rather than a person. The real George Washington is you know who. Look, here they go. Look, that's the Frenchman. You see, that's the Frenchman. Good observation. There you the Frenchman. The Frenchman in what? Come on now.
To be the first fascist, said that he had
Ain't that supposedly the 13 colonies right there with the American flag, the 50 states, and all of this. Now you see why that's not your flag at all.
doubted democracy as a system of government. During the rally, the Bundführer Kuhn made inflammatory statements about President Franklin D. Roosevelt, calling him Frank D. Rosenfeld.
We let them speak. When occasionally a lone outraged dissenter wanted to air his opposition, we provided police to preserve order. This was Madison Square Garden in New York City, and not Berlin nor Nuremberg.
Fighting broke out between anti-Nazi protesters and Kuhn's Nazis, disgusting much of America. The Bund cooperated closely with another right-wing group, the Christian Front, led by an anti-Semitic priest called Father Charles Coughlin. To control the chaos that erupted at Madison Square Garden, the New York Police Department...
Well, I tell you what. Let me tell you something. If you knew that you was the so-called Jew that they would the Jew they was talking, then it'll all click. Once you realize, wait a minute, so who's the Jew? You. Then they stole your identity, made themselves Jews. Say it with me. Made themselves Jews. It stole your sovereignty and rolled off with it.
Deployed 1,700 officers. The rally had been permitted to go ahead on the grounds of freedom of speech. Though heavily criticized, the mayor of New York, Fiorello LaGuardia, said, quote, "If we are for free speech, we have to be for free speech for everybody, and that includes Nazis," unquote. Bundführer Kuhn's days were numbered. The fairly effective Bund leader was also a thief, and later in 1939 the government finally got him, and they sent him to prison for tax evasion and embezzlement. By 1940, the US was preparing for war. The draft was introduced and many Bund members ended up in the armed forces. The obvious concern for the US government once America entered the war against Japan and Germany was Bund members spying for Germany.
Now look. Now, Bund members spying for Germany and they throw up Pearl Harbor. Could you believe this? Listen to me. Listen to me, King. Listen to me, King. I said these motherfucking Germans was in your military. It was and nigga and was a German spy. But guess what? Pearl Harbor is on your screen. Did that have anything to do with Pearl Harbor? That led to so many ships sinking and so many servicemen going down with the ship because the German Bund joined the military. Now, you didn't fight for America in World War I. And there's only so far. They said racism was so high in World War II, they had to separate you then. So who was you fighting for, and what the fuck was you doing? How you died at sea on ships, never to return. Press 1. This is deep. It's deeper than rap. Press 1 is deeper than rap, nigga. Get off me. Let me go. It's deeper than rap. Shout out to the people who support this broadcast.
Committing acts of sabotage in the US. After being released.
Acts of sabotage meaning they bombed a lot of ships. Press 1. That means they bombed a lot of ships. Press 1. Sabotage mean they put bombs in the ship and blew the bombs up. Press 1. Sabotage. You know, I played I played 007. Sabotage. Sabotage and press 1. We go in there and manipulate. Like, remember on the Man on the High Castle, he got those blacks to load the bombs on the ship, and his German ass got off, met with the other Germans, and that shit blew up. And he even paid the niggas a whole bunch of money, and that shit blew up with they black ass. Press 1. We all remember that? That's what happened in the Man in the High Castle. That's what I think happened on the Titanic. That's what happened on that other big ship. That's what I think happened at Pearl Harbor. I just think that they really put a theater of war movie set, Harry S. Truman ass production over our eyes. And there was a way to cover up the stealing of identities, the birthright, your heritage was owed to you, and all that. Because no foreigner, and or if you follow in the Magna Carta, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, any of this, it'll let you know the preamble, especially the preamble of the Constitution, which again is nothing more than another piece of the Magna Carta as a whole. You are of sovereign descent. King George gave you the Magna Carta. He didn't give the Magna Carta to corporations and the German Queen of England, weirdos. He gave it to the people of the freemen of this nation. And that's how I know y'all don't understand history. From Candace Owens, fake conservative, Republican, Germanic, Nazi, baby having ass. Press 1. To Ben Shapiro, little Nazi. He ain't no Jew. He's a little Nazi. That's how Nazis look. Go back to the photos. They all look like him. You can't put on no hat and hide. This ain't Disneyland. Press 1. You can't put on no hat and hide who the fuck you is. Why would Hitler do that to you and y'all all look alike? What made you different? The star on your jacket? The hat on your head? Press 1. See? Without that, you'll be like, well, who do they really hate? You! You was in these goddamn camps. What that look like? Prison. Go to LA. Go to LA right now. Where those telephone poles at? Go to Los Angeles right now. Look on the screen. What do you mean? Lori, tell him what LA look like. If you don't get these telephone poles, press 1 to LA County Jail right here. Get the fuck on. This is easy, bro. You just got to take your head that they did this to themselves. They didn't do this to themselves. They did this to you. Yeah, that's prison. And the ghetto. You know what the ghetto is? Where they hold Jews who about to go to the extermination camp. Remember? The extermination camp is the Red Cross. The Red Cross is the extermination camp. That's the concentration camp. You was in there. Margaret Sanger didn't motherfucking do, oh, how you doing? We gonna do this, abort 300 million black babies. That's a genocide. Them motherfuckers made a character about some goddamn Margaret Sanger. And no, that shit happened in the goddamn Red Cross was doing that shit. The Health Society Red Cross. That's who's guilty of genocide. Theodore and Franklin D. Roosevelt. These motherfuckers. Press one. So y'all gotta wake up. And I'm not saying you can't wake up in one day. But what you gotta do is start directing your mind away from entertainment and more things that'll feed your soul and spirit of truth. So you can say this. Maybe you're better at linguistics. Maybe you're better at the way you pronunciate your words and this one and that one. I don't give a damn. What I care about is the historical events of our last 100, 200 years are questioned. You can question history. You can question everything because God said you free. That's why. You can question everything. You don't have to be set in stone that you know you can question everything when y'all question God. Y'all question Adam and Eve. Y'all question, did God really create them? Press one. What are we doing? Defiling yourself. That's it. Shout out to the people who support this broadcast. I just woke up with that on my heart. We're gonna go live, and it's an excellent way to begin talking about the black extermination and genocide process and how these people using prosthetics and entertainment and television were playing different roles. Some of them was playing Russians, some of them was playing Germans, most of them, all of them was bankers and the sons of them. You feel me? So if you can get Rockefeller's son and J.P. Morgan's son to play Stalin and Hitler and go to war with each other, but we all Swiss over here and Roman Catholics over here. So it's propaganda. Give me control of a person's goal, and I don't care who make the law. It's their motto. So you got to think like that. Don't think like a motherfucking slave to entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying entertainment ain't entertainment and ignorance ain't bliss. It is, damn it. But that's the carnal man. It's something else inside of you that yearns to be free from this matriarch set up by these banking systems and the Catholic Church. That's the woman who rode the beast. Y'all got to really pay attention. That's why the Bible is real, because it warned you of this time before it even came about. It's really warning you of the time that is to come. From Jeremiah, all that. That wasn't set in stone of the past. Jeremiah was tripping because of what the angel showed him of us. So you got to understand why you need to be redeemed and why God is good. Press one, and why the Bible is a living will and testament that all people observe on earth because they acknowledge Jesus Christ. That comes from the Bible. Press one. Now you got to understand the story of the tree, of everlasting life, of good and evil tree with the serpent. Press one. You got to understand. We took the tree over here. We didn't put our faith in God and the Father. We said, no, we'll do it ourselves. Thank you, even at the expense of you. Press one. Why are you so over controlling? God is a narcissist, is what the feminists gonna say next. Because God is controlling. Press one. The motherfuckers is cold. He's got that feminine. God is controlling. He don't listen to nobody but himself. That's why he kill us if we just disobey. That's why I'm gonna just disobey. That's why. This world is insane, G. God is good. The patience of the Lord is ever so grateful by me as a simple person. Forgive them, for they not know what they doing. Well, you know, and you can't, if you don't believe in God, like the devil got everybody, which is the corporate state, got everybody not to believe in God. He got a whole bunch of people who don't believe in God. Therefore, they can't even see what's in front of them. They got spy balloons and shit flying around this motherfucker. They just tried to genocide you with a whole. The pharmaceutical companies ran by the Wuhan over there in Switzerland. They just tried to genocide you, and y'all just sitting around singing and dancing to Rihanna. Press one. Y'all over there dancing to Rihanna and fucked up and forgot you supposed to be on NFL strike. Press one.
Battery 40%. Connected to iPhone.
Call back, caller. I gotta call back. I gotta get this connected. Sorry about that, caller. But yeah, family. We out here, Kev out here putting it down in these streets. Pay attention. All right, I got that. You can call back, caller. You feel me? Now we gonna get up here and talk some bullshit later on. I'm gonna be talking about all the relationship advice gurus once again. Gonna talk to the sisters tonight about the advice y'all give and stuff like that. Stay tuned. But Cavro University in full effect. 424-209-9506. I got 20 more minutes. I got up until 12 o'clock Eastern time, and I plan to be up out of there. So yeah, when you talking about the fires from the past, the world fairs and things of that nature of the past, RT Bell, shout out to you. All of that is said to be coming from the sky and balloons and airplanes. You know, when we went back and looked at the world fairs, we didn't see no goddamn Tartaria. Press one. Nigga, I seen black genocide. Hold on, caller. What's going on, champ? Who is this? Oh shit, hold up. Let me put you on the air. I didn't know who you were. Can you hear me? Man, this phone don't like you, Pittman. This phone don't like you. Hold on. Stay right there. Stay right there. I'm a technician anyway. So I'm a technician anyway. So I'm gonna disconnect you from this and plug you up here. This is the interesting conversation. Are you there, champ? Can you hear me? All right, what up?
So about the bombing. So I looked up. It was an executive order by FDR, by Roosevelt. It's Executive Order 9066, and basically it was on February 19th, 42. It declared the whole West Coast a war zone. So they was prepping the West Coast for the bombings.
Wait a minute. This is live and direct. See, I told you. I don't gotta, like, people be questioning if Kev is the real deal. Now, one more time, could you say that a little louder, champion?
All right, so on Sunday, it's going to be the 81st anniversary of the executive order of FDR. It's Executive Order 9066, and it declared, it gave the War Department and the West Coast Commander the power to impose whatever restrictions necessary to protect strategic military areas and control the right of any person to enter, remain, or leave such areas. And then basically they started building the little the concentration camps in remote areas around the West Coast, Colorado, Southern California, Oregon, Washington, in the remote areas, you know. So,
and they were sending
so
those
they gave them
people
all
up
the
there.
orders.
They were sending people that way. That's insane.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah, because executive orders only gives the power of the agencies like FBI.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's why. Now listen to me.
Judicial.
Now listen to me. Now you know how all these people got federally deputized.
Yeah.
The American Nazi bond was,
infiltration.
bro. It was a whole coup over a whole war. They designated. Are you sure they labeled it a war zone?
Yeah.
What's the? Give me the presidential number again. What's it called?
Executive Order 9066, 1942. So they got to press shit. They just can't do it all at once.
9266.
No, 9066.
19 what?
It was in 1942.
42.
Yes, sir.
So all
It'll
Japanese.
be 81 years since on Sunday. You know how so how the football season just ended
With the Red Sea.
Getting entertained. Yeah, by the lady in the red. They ain't peeping game, but the first game of the season started on the day the Queen died. Week 1 Sunday was on 9/11, and the Super Bowl was just on Abraham Lincoln's birthday. All in 1 year. Like, now bug out because I tell people this and
it's them acting out what's naturally occurring.
Yeah. They telling us now. Hey, check this out. You know how the Rams and the Warriors won, right? And we went to the Ukraine shit, the blue and gold.
Yeah.
Now Russia and China is red and yellow. So you know, it's like they just telling us, you know, but they so entertained and on the bullshit.
They telling you what?
All the biblical accounts and what's the count? There's no coincidence that these balloons just start popping up. You know what I'm saying? There's no coincidence that these kind of balloons popped up. And now this red and gold team just won Super Bowl.
Let me ask you, what do you think about the Jesus statue being hit with lightning?
I didn't even hear about that one. But it's blasphemous.
What's blasphemous?
Like getting hit by lightning.
Why would that be blasphemous?
Unless it's well, I don't really know the details of what it happened, so I'm not gonna.
It got hit with lightning.
But so I have to do some research on that.
It got hit with lightning.
But
why would lightning hit the statue of Jesus in his face?
I don't want to say the wrong.
But there's no wrong. There's no wrong. We just got finished looking at the thunderbolt on the Nazi cap. Remember, I saw Satan as a what? What's the Bible verse? Dealing with lightning and stuff like that. Now, if you know that, and you know that this is
That would
not
be
the,
Satan
Go ahead.
getting struck down. That would be
Bingo.
Satan getting struck down.
It'll be what?
And that's their representation.
Of what?
That's their fault. Jesus.
Of course, because who is?
Whatever. That would be like.
Because who is the person they say was the who betrayed Christ? Peter, and he's the one that was hung on a cross upside down. At the teachings of Peter is who the world follows after. And again, this is Rome. Peter built the first. What? That's his basilica. That's his ring. That's his papable.
In Vatican.
The Vatican.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Because that's their image.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
That's their image. Now, one of the commandments is to not do the image thing. Not put no God before me.
That's the first one.
Okay. So, and it's another one dealing with idols and statues and things of that nature, and like graven image, right? Do not make a graven image. Now, a graven image is an image dealing with what? Death and just. So again, like this world has done everything God said don't do. This world does everything, and this nation has done everything God said don't do. Now, this nation ain't in Brazil, but it's a good symbol of what the fuck? It's on the big, everybody know what this is. So, yeah. It's just an interesting time to be alive. It's just an interesting and a grand time to be alive. Thank you for the call, champion.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I want to speak. All right, so talking about like the 50 year, the Sabbath and all that, right? So the Roe versus Wade actually took effect in 73, January 22nd.
You talking about 50-year Jubilee, not Sabbath, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, well, for the Sabbath, yeah. The Jubilee, yeah. But if you go 73 plus the 50, we in 2023. And it just got overturned. Now the BRICS nations and all that, with China, Russia and all that, with the gold and all that, the petrodollar went into effect in 73 too. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
All the BRICS nations on that, that's like Brazil, Russia. They're talking about going away from the petrodollar with Saudi Arabia. That was when our dollar got completely off the gold standard. When Nixon took us off.
But you didn't have no gold.
I understand that.
So if you don't have gold, your gold was taken off the gold standard when Grover Cleveland signed away the gold to J.P. Morgan, and J.P. Morgan lost it.
I understand that.
Yeah, but you just said something contrary. You said,
Well, what I mean completely, it was internationally exchanged where countries could take their gold and get dollars. You know what I'm saying? On that matter of fact. You know, but in America, it was outlawed for us.
What was outlawed?
You know, to own the gold in America.
When? What year?
But internationally.
What year?
33.
Okay, I thought you was up in the 70s. I thought you was up in the 90s.
No, yeah. I understand, but for the international exchange for other countries to do it,
yeah,
it started in 73 to where it was completely off it, but they took the gold in 33, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So them decades, that's why Americans and Negroes, when I tell them to invest in gold and stop wasting their money on material items, they don't have no.
Everybody's not watching the same conspiracy videos you're watching. Thank you for the thank you for the call, champion. When I tell them and invest, sir, you not an investor in gold and none of this shit, bro. We don't know nothing. And it's not meant for everybody to know. And when I tell people you got a whole nother agenda over this motherfucker, go sit down in my classroom. Press 1. I'm talking about the damn genocide and the camps and the prison cells and what the ghetto and what this look like. He's talking about them goddamn. And when I tell the American Negro, because the American Negro need to listen to Kev Gills, not you. That's why. Press 1. You don't know about this, but you want us to invest in gold. Whole world talking about this, but you want me to go sit down. Press 1. And that's why you should invest in pepper and gold and silver right here. There is no gold. I thought you said they took the gold, so you just investing in what? What you investing in? They stole it from you. What about the investing? What? They didn't return the first investment dealing in the early 1900s. What's wrong with you, son? You're not listening to what I'm saying? You know why? Because your brain is filled with conspiracies and gematria and adding things up rather than the prophecies and the historical events that God is revealing to you, boy. Press 1. Huh? They talking some nonsense. Press 1. Let's get back to the facts. Come on, fellas. Coffee and Kush TV, you're on the air. What up?
What's up? What's up, Professor? This Olive, bro.
What up, champion?
Call in real quick. Man, I'm at work, bro, but I'm sitting here listening to the show. I wanted to call in for a minute.
Go ahead. What up with it?
Yeah, you were talking about the lightning hitting the statue.
Yes, sir.
And in Luke 10 and 18, it says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. So it's kind of crazy that, the lightning falling and hitting the Jesus statue.
Bingo.
And he's saying, right,
Bingo.
It all makes sense, bro. I just had to call in.
Yeah, but as I always say, that's Peter.
Right.
You see what? See,
your work.
Yeah. So if that's Peter, and you perceive that as Jesus Christ, but that's Peter, and the Peter statue get hit with lightning, and you go to what verse is that? I behold
Luke 10 and 18.
Luke 10. I behold Satan as what?
Lightning fall from heaven.
Fall from heaven. So.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's you better open your eyes. I keep telling you.
It's all unfolding right before our eyes, bro. But if you've been in the class, though, we know this because you done told us, years ago, bro. And man, before I get off of here, let me read a Bible verse, bro.
Go ahead, champ.
Okay, let me get it pulled up. Like I said, I'm at work, man. But you always coming with the truth, bro. So I cannot let this slide by me without calling in and speaking my mind and saying what I feel.
That's right.
And spreading the Lord's word. All right, it's going to come from Psalms 119. I'm going to read the first 10 verses. It says, blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes. Then shall I not be ashamed. When I have respect unto all thy commandments, I will praise thee with uprightness of heart. When I shall have learned thy righteous judgments, I will keep thy statutes. O forsake me not utterly. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought thee. O let me not wander from thy commandments. I have read Psalms 119, verses 1 through 10. May the Lord have a blessing to the readers, hearers, and doers of his word. I
And
love you, champ.
my
Keep doing
man.
what you do. I'm going to keep uplifting you and God and the Holy Spirit and the Son. Amen.
Amen to that, champion. Thank you for the call, champ. That's my man Ali. That's right. You gotta fight back with the word of God. Something you gotta throw. Even Farrakhan said, man, you got even the baby gotta throw a pacifier. Something. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm telling y'all. I told y'all already that you either take God or the tree of good and evil. We took from the tree of evil with the serpent and the tree that was somehow mad at God, or something had to be. Or maybe the serpent was put there by God and banished to the tree as a testimony to Adam and Eve of who you about to serve. And you're going to get over there and serve the God, which is the one that told you you're God. Press 1 and said, Eve, you gonna be like him, like God, like him. That's why he don't want you to be. Press 1. And that's who was enticed. Again, going back to the Matrix, what happened with Trinity at the end? What did he have? The apple. Who was that? Satan with the apple, and her lust for power and wanting to be equal to God. Press 1. She will override the Son of Man, Adam, and get Adam to portray the word, disobey the word and get themselves banished. And you know what world they've been in ever since? We've been in ever since. The world that made the mistake. That's why. So we in the world in the aftermath of those who made the mistakes of the past. We didn't choose the everlasting life tree. You go all the way back to Adam. You didn't choose that, and so it went. From the laws, nothing. So, I thank God for the scriptures of the testimony. The testimonies is something else. The Proverbs, all that. I just thank God for having a difference in perspective, a historical account. Because I always said, if the Bible is real, then it's in history. And that's always been my approach of proving that the Bible is real by going back into history and trying to figure out, well, I heard this before. So that's how my life has been, especially the last few years has been, especially with the historical accounts of World War I, World War II, finding out that Rockefeller real name is like Devil Bill. Like, that's the devil. Devil. Press 1. The one that tricked the whole world. Devil. All that come from scripture. So you're supposed to be aware. You're supposed to be saying, who has these attributes in history, and where did these biblical events happen in history, and get to work. We all the way to the American Nazi bond, and them federalizing and martial and deputizing all of the white citizens, the male citizens. Now you know why all of those white foreign men, was sitting up there while that man was hanging like Jesus. Remember Jesus Christ, the one that was slew from the tree? Now hung on the cross. Peter was hung on the cross, upside down in the Vatican. Remember the one that was hung on the tree? Yeah, him. And who was that all around him? A bunch of German soldiers, a bunch of Nazis rounding black people up, going to war with them right there. Boom, boom, boom. Gatling guns, rifles, Germanic rifles. Remember who was buying rifles? Remember J.P. Morgan was running guns. Remember? On the trains? Y'all don't remember we watched that thing? He made his first $1 or so running guns to the American federal, these people, the federales. And where was they getting them from? There was a modified version of German rifles. Makes fucking sense. So, in reality, you can choose to be complacent in your mind. That's cool. You can do that. That's easy. I like for my brain to work every day. I like to have purpose. Press 1. I like to have a reason other than bobbing my head to the beat or rap music, because we got a whole history we don't even know what happened. If you was told that y'all had great architectural structures and churches and palaces and down there kingdoms over here that was destroyed in the 1900s, late 1800s, early 19 and mid 1900s, you would be appalled. That's why they spend so much money in investing in your history, entertainment. First of all, that's why, and your history being African and you being black. Because over here in law, black is a refugee, a foreigner. And if you calling yourself, there's no such thing, I'm sorry to tell you, brothers, of a foundational black American. That's not true. Ain't no such thing as no foundational black American. That's not even impossible. Black is a refugee. That's a person that doesn't exist, and you don't deserve reparation if you're a foundational black refugee American. That don't even make sense. That's again African American. Again, that's separating you from the homeland by a word of a foundational. That sounds like a 501c. Y'all ain't about to launder money through my race. Foundational, goddamn heritage, Jewish society. You can't name us like that. These are the freemen. Press 1. These are freemen by way of King George. George Washington certified us in the preamble. It's at the Supreme Court level. Get your hands out my wallet. Press 1. You got to fight back legally and got to at least know where to throw your jab. The 1-2. It's not at the civil matter. These police don't give two fucks. They follow laws that they just make up. You got to go to the people who control the agents. Press 1. You got to go to the source. Press 1. And I think that's what a lot of you niggas are scared of. Only Neo can go to the source. Press 1. Only Neo can go to the source. And you gotta have supreme ideology. Press 1. Nigga, your shoes gotta say supreme on the side of them bitches. Like mine do. I got supreme Nike Air Force Ones on right now. I walk in supreme. Press 1. You can't do it. Press 1. You gotta have my special Gillespie Neo glasses. With these, you be flying all over the damn place. Press 1. It's true.
Unknown caller.
I love my callers. Press 1. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
Francois means free man, okay? Emancipation, that's that who put some respect on some nation. Free man for Francois.
We love our Haitian brothers, sir.
No, watch the movie Emancipation. Will Smith is you. The Haitians will save your dumbass.
Thank you, sir.
All right, dumbass, watch the movie Emancipation. Will Smith is you.
I'm Will Smith. That means I'm Neo. That means I'm Neo. Neo was supposed to. Will Smith was supposed to play Neo in the Matrix.
Dumbass Yank. Listen, dumbass Yank. The Haitians saved America, okay?
Okay.
Simple. The Haitians saved America. No matter if you hate them or not, Haitians saved America.
Sir, we don't hate the Haitians, sir.
Chicago was founded.
Take a breath. Take a breath, bruh. I'm not talking about Moors and the Haitians and the founding of paperwork after the fall of the sovereigns, sir, by way of King George. He's the king of the island. And the Haitians are nothing more, the Haitians you're talking about, nothing more than North Africans. And they're about to be labeled that in the 2023 census. Nothing more than North Africans. Press one. That's what you Haitians are. Nothing more than Africans. And that's fine. The islands, once the trust was busted, they busted up in the island. That's all by way of King George again. You go down there, it ain't nothing but Saint this and Saint George. Press one. There's no Saint Haitian. There's King George, sir. The sovereign who blessed the original colonies here. Press one. The original ship. The original one. You've been cut off. So you down there in civil waters. You down there barred from law and justice. Press one. You're barred. That means you're under the control of the Queen, London, the Lloyds and the Lords, and the people of trust, the trust holders, and the press one, the people who set up this minor estate. You got to get through that, and you can't go through the bar. Press one. You got to go to George. Press one. If you don't go to George and you don't initiate justice at the supreme level, not the law of corporations, and please give me, you know you got the power to supremely order the federal people to give you whatever that you want, but you've been cut off from the law. Press one, you don't believe in God, you're a criminal, and you a slave. That's why Kanye is selling you these shoes. And one, and you just think that you was free. The 13th and 14th Amendment enslaved your criminal ass and took away your birthright. And they set up this minor. Do we got to play the movie with our favorite librarian one more again? This is about your trust, your beneficiary package, yours. Press one, your redemption. I know, don't tell me who the fuck I am. Press one, you Will Smith, man, and we the French that helped you, bro. Please, bro. Please, man. You're the Will Smith, man. You emancipated yourself. How you gonna emancipate a free sovereign? Impossible, civilian. Bro, how are you gonna emancipate freemen who, by way of the king, are made free? Okay, that's great. That's the Magna Carta. What are you talking about? Ain't no such thing as no damn Haiti. That's a corporation and gave you a birthright other than North Africa. You ain't nothing but a civilized Frenchman. You need to come to Cav Row. Press one like Tupac say. You ain't nothing but a civilized Frenchman. Press one, a Germanic Nazi. Press one, Marcus Garvey. Two, press one. Walter Plecker was his friend, and you know Walter Plecker played the role of an elderly Adolf Hitler, and he was the Dawes Roll man who stole all of your names. So don't tell me about no emancipation. You was emancipated in the early 1900s when you brought your ass to this country with your African ass. Press one, you quit playing. I know your history too. Keep playing. You ain't from the islands. You from North Africa. Press one, you African. And I say African because you done sold, nigga, y'all niggas signed up to be little German Nazi. Press one. Who knows what village your people come from before you were civilized by the Frenchmen. Press one. Any more? I'm talking about us over here. The real Englishmen, not the French. That George Washington that they use corporately, that's a Frenchman. Why would I be looking for the French? Press one. Marcus Garvey was a Frenchman. He was bailed out of jail, and where'd he go? Did he go to Haiti? No, fool. Marcus Garvey went where? Who bailed Marcus Garvey out for 500? Press 1. Huh? Walter Plecker. The one who genocided, who paper genocided you. Press 1. Say it with me. What's his name? Walter Plecker. Press 1. I'll show you who got him out. Press 1. Here he is, stealing names and everything right here as we speak. Press 1. Here we go, right here. Press 1. His dumb ass. So don't tell me nothing, player. I know when they did it. You see that paperwork he's stealing right there. See, while you worried about who's snitching and Haiti and all of this, this is the person who paper genocided so-called African Americans. Yeah, sir. He also played the role as the greatest guy on earth. Press 1. That's George W. Gillespie. Press what? That's George Washington. See, he needed that name. Press 1. See, he needed that name. Press 1 because George Washington is George Washington Gillespie. Press 1. See, you don't understand why they needed those names and why they had to put themselves up and chop the last names off the Negroes and the sovereigns. Press 1. They don't know what I'm even talking about because they ain't ready. That's why. Press 1. You're dealing with one of the smartest African Americans on earth, Negro. You show some respect when you talk to Professor Gillespie. Your retarded self. Huh? This is the one who genocided us. That, bro, it's the French. The French was taken by the Nazis. Press 1. The French are Nazis. The French didn't want to put, watch, I'll give you a better picture, okay? Because you don't believe me. That's why. Kev, they got Walter Plecker right there. And there's your boy right there. See, I got a whole lineup. I don't just talk. I ain't just on the internet talking. Press 1! Ah! Thanos around your whole world, nigga. I'm a world destroyer, fool. Nigga, I was put on earth to destroy your little made up worlds, nigga. Press 1, you're gonna forever hate me. And I want you to hate, because that's how I get my clout, is by you hating on my intelligence. Coffee and Kush TV, you're on the air.
North Africa is Kemet.
Good. It's Morocco. And we created it. Press 1. And we created it, you Sinetta worshiper. Press 1. You don't even know what to believe no more. Egypt is in America. Bondage. Press 1. He said he was going to send you by way of ships. In bonds, nigga. In bonds, nigga. Press 1. You hear me? What are you, an American? No, it's French, German. Press 1. Martin Luther King looking at. He was the first Martin Luther King. And you know he North African because of that hairline. So you ain't getting away with nothing. Press 1. And who got the Adolf Hitler mustaches? Them in the back. Look, niggas. Press 1. North Africans and whoever else. Kemet, whatever you want to say, in the year 3 BC. I don't give two fucks. That's Walter Plecker. And that's your boy. I win. Press 1. That's the thing about it. Y'all can't beat me. I tell you what, in 2023, he will look like this. Press 1. You see that African hairline? You see, when you do things in America and you can't be in America, I guess that's what happened to these niggas' heads and hairline. Press 1. Ain't no more calling Kev. Kev gone. Press 1. Kev gone. I ain't answering no calls. Press 1. Look at him. Mad. He mad. That's okay, champion. He thought he was going to be over here and have a friend. No, bro. I'm here to teach my people. Not play with foreign agents trying to confuse people. You understand what I'm saying? At all. Nigga, I'm showing the people who Adolf Hitler really is. These are sons of bankers and business tycoons, oil tycoons. So if you got J.P. Morgan and Rockefeller sons going at it, press 1. What the fuck? Hit that like button and subscribe. Kev Rowe Mysteries. Look at Charles Dawes. Look, Charles Dawes. Now, how in America it's called the Dawes Act by Walter Plecker. Press 1. And here go Charles Dawes, right? Paper genocide. Look at Adolf Hitler. Press 1. Look. They shade the mustache. Press 1. Look at the chins. Press 1. It's the same chin. Same person. Same person. Same person. He got the signet of doo-wop, German Nazi SS part in the middle of his fucking head. Press 1. Y'all just mad because the nigga found out that y'all the real Nazis and we ain't living, and y'all ain't got over no damn freedom, Officer Tatum. Nigga, America is founded on the genocide of black Charles Dawes in America and Adolf Hitler. Get the fuck out of here. Press 1. I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of looking for Waldo. Start playing hardball with these motherfucking white supremacists. Press 1. Want no damn reparations. I want you to admit the truth every day. Press 1. That's what my university is about. Okay? Truths. I'm not here to play. They can sit here and play 24/7. Press 1. 24. I'm not here to play. Look, I've done my research. I've been approved. Look. So if I'm telling you Walter Plecker is Charles Dawes who pulled off the Dawes Act and it's really Adolf Hitler and they hanging behind Marcus Garvey, what the fuck you think I'm telling you? Wake your ass up. Road Radio, Channel 54 in full effect. Anybody out there fucking with my conspiracies or knowledge? Don't matter. What you want? Press 1. They came over here and stole the fucking this shit right here. Press 1. Harry S. Truman and these thieves stealing Israel products and golden arcs from over here. Press and golden scribes. Press 1 with the real names. Press 1. Magna Carta. You see that crown on the top? Press 1. It's written, nigga. Press 1. Get off my nuts. Kev Road 2023. It's all you gonna get from me all year. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Kev Road. Coffee and Kush. So stay tuned. I'm coming back. I'll see y'all at 5 p.m. 4:35 Eastern Time. Kev Road at night.